when you look at that song Tailor Made, the strategy was cool because he dug at him to you think about this. Y'all can say what y'all want about Drake, but he had to find a way. That was the song that got Kendrick to really respond when he saw that and the disrespect. That if I don't think if Drake doesn't make that song, Kendrick replies. I really don't think so. So he did what he had to do to get it out. I just didn't think he was expecting the fight that he got. But I know he knows Kendrick knows how to handle this stuff. And another thing a lot of people are discrediting too with Kendrick information is he's known this dude over 12, 13 years. They went on tour together. There's a lot of things I'm sure he saw on tour that was kind of conspicuous, if you know what I mean. So these guys got a lot of history. This song right here to me is going to be one of the best songs of all time, Euphoria. I think Euphoria will go down, and it shows the dynamic of an artiste. Meet the Grams was like a sad poem, but Meet the Grams was meant to neutralize Family Matters. Family Matters was, you say, Drake's best song or Tailor Made. I think Tailor Made was more creative. The thing about Family Matters that stood out was the video. If you look at the video went with what was going on. So you got to give it that. But if you was to actually sit down and listen to the song without the video, it has a different meaning. Tailor Made was just pure disrespect. The fact that when Pac went at the end, him and Snoop weren't really on speaking terms like that. Cause remember they had the whole court things and Snoop left Death Row and ended up, that's another story. But Snoop never really responded to it because him and Pac wasn't really tight like that. And what do they really stand on that on the West Coast? You know what I mean? Because people got mad about the Pac situation, but nobody never really talked about Snoop because he's still here. And I think Drake kind of compromised a lot of that stuff. If you honest with me, I think that once he pissed all these people off, I think J. Cole was told to step aside. I don't think J. Cole backed out on his own. He got like literally, we're gonna murder this cat. We're gonna try to end his career. I think J. Cole got information from his people. And this isn't just about West Coast. This is America versus Canada, if you really think about it. And you could say it's about pop music versus rap. And the rap culture is, yeah, of course there's black people, but it's like 70% of white people that consume hip hop. So when people sit out there and say, "Oh, you're white, you shouldn't." No, no, no. These are the people that's driving the force. It's like 70% of the consumers of hip hop and rap are white. If y'all didn't understand that, if y'all didn't know, like NWA's biggest supporters were like white. I mean, I've always been a big NWA fan since the 80s, 88, 89 when they dropped F the Police. We was on the East Coast like, what? Me and my brother was like, I remember me and my brother sitting hiding listening to DOC because grandma, she heard any cuss words, best in peace, grandma. She heard any cuss words, man, she used to tear our ass up, man. Grandma didn't play. She didn't play, but that's that's another day. Um, like I said, Meet the Grams wasn't meant to be. I mean, it was a sad record. But think about that. A lot of people say, "Oh, he doesn't have a daughter and all that stuff." Is like, listen, even if he doesn't have a daughter right now, and he has one in the future, she will hear this, and she will know her daddy was a scum, or at least it's presented so. He wrote a letter to his son. His son is alive now. And when he turns 18, he will hear this. People will play that for his son. His mom, his dad is still alive. You don't think they heard this letter to them and what it actually said? When he brought up the pedo allegations, he didn't tell us that. He didn't tell anyone other than his parents. He wrote a letter to his parents, sat his mother down, and says, "This is what your son is doing." And I'm sure Kendrick might have met his parents because, like I said, they did go on tour together. So it's a possibility he know these people personally. I can't say that for a fact if they do, but I'm just assuming. So don't be an ass because you assume some shit of me. Just saying. But and then Meet the Grams was so sad. It was so depressing. It was so, it like, listen, everybody likes something about Drake. There's no one that can say they haven't danced to a Drake song or bop in the car to a Drake song. If they said they didn't, they effing lying. But we did not expect him to crumble the way he has. He went from nah, 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 not this time to I'm retiring. What? You called out the boogeyman. Boogeyman is here to play, and you running away like a little bitch. Come on, bruh. And then when he dropped Not Like Us, man, the whole world, and it's not just West Coast, it's not just East Coast, it's the whole world because hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is a culture, and the culture is showing it because let me see where it's at right now. Let me see how many streams is this thing at right now because it's been insane. he is he I'm thinking he's going to release an album because it's at 38 million streams right now. 9 days ago. 38 million. That's going to hit 100 million, I said, by summer. Definitely going to hit 100 million because everybody going, and I'm assuming this may end up, let me see, is it on Spotify yet? King Kendrick, boy. Mr. Morale. Come on, K Dot. Oh, oh shit. It's on Spotify too. Damn, it's over, bro. Yo, this shit going right on my playlist, bro. I ain't even fronting. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God is watching. And that line right there is because of the whole Carl Malone, because a lot of people didn't pick up on that. Like, why would he beat your ass if God's not watching? Because you're doing some pedophilia stuff. And if y'all don't know, Carl Malone got this girl, she was like 13-year-old pregnant. He was, I think, like 23 at the time. And it all got brushed under the rug because he was an athlete, but I guess he's been involved in some stick stuff. And then he's crip walking all over Drake's face. You know, the real people out here, the real hip hop heads, we can see the dynamics in what Kendrick gave us. He didn't just try to just, you know, the whole time just bop 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 bop. He came with he almost like he dissected him. because Euphoria to me will go down as one of the best records of all times, best hip hop records. That I could see that hitting a Grammy. These songs may win Grammys. This records, these songs are gonna win Grammys because all he got to do is put this on a. These are gonna win Grammys. I'm not even gonna second get it. These are Grammy winning song. Not like Us is Kendrick's biggest song of all time in one day. A diss track, and it's gonna, like I said, this is gonna be his biggest record, and I don't see how Drake comes back from this because the Heart Six dude was we're not buying it. You need, if you're true to who you are and you claim you are an artiste and we are your fans, you need to come back and tell us what this is about because that ain't the Drake we're used to. So you need to come out. What do you got to put together an album, and you need to let the fans really know what happened and what's going on because a few songs ago you were calling nah, not this time. Well, what's going on? You running now? Come on, bro. Because the Heart Six was pretty depressing. It was very depressing. Very depressing.
Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a
Somebody's getting
degenerate.
married.
Every antic is
It's like
feeling
Teddy P.
distasteful. I calculate you, not as calculated. I can even predict your angles. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you hurt Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell
Tell no
no lie
lies on
about
me.
me,
And
and I won't tell truths about